Hello and welcome TikTok and YouTube. And I'm going to start saying TikTok because I do post a little bit over there as well, some shorts. My name is Tina and welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, hey! And if you are a new viewer just stopping by, welcome, hey! Anywho, I have quite a few things going on. I do apologize if I'm a little loud. Coffee, Red Bull. So it's I wasn't going to do this. Blah 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 blah. Let me refrain from that. I was and I wasn't going to. I didn't know I'd go be. Girl, we are having a morning this morning. I didn't know I'd be going back to work so quickly, only because I've been trying to find the right job. I've worked in the housekeeping industry for, I want to say maybe 10 plus years. And especially being in New York, I used to clean apartments with one of my ex-mother-in-laws. So yeah, about 10, 15 plus years I've been in the industry. And I've done the housekeeping thing, but I was a exec over at La Quinta for quite so many years. Excuse me. My butterfly's upside down. And once I left that job, we already had the conversation in one of my other videos, from job to job to job. So my health has been doing a lot better. I still have my good days and my bad days. I notice I'm crashing a lot more, even if I don't have the coffee or the Red Bulls, kind of go cold turkey, just strictly water to see what's going on with me. But I don't know. I think because I've been home for the last 2 months, I haven't been as active, and forgive me, a lot of my words do. I'm noticing that's another thing too. I'm kind of a little forgetful recently. I'm put some weight back on too. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. It is what it is. Once I start working, I already know it's going to just hopefully fall off. I do have some projects to show. So what I was saying was I was going to do this and not do this. So let's get back to that. There you go. My mind just starts to go everywhere else. It's my cat. Anyways, so I didn't want to do it just yet because I was trying to finish one of my sweaters that I casted on about a week ago. I showed the green one. And I did some alterations with this white one that I had some leftover yarn, which we all have leftover yarn, but I have a secret project that's coming up. I really can't talk about it. So, I have to go get the yarn for that in a couple of weeks. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I couldn't find the colors. Anywho, so I figure let's not put the video up just yet. Let's finish the projects. But when I got the call that I'd be starting Monday, I was just like, hey, super excited to get back to work, meet my team. I have extensive training I have to go through. It's different brands. Each brand is different, so I have to, do it properly, opposed to a lot of these other hotels that I've been just kind of throw me in and, you should be good to go, which is bullshit. But anyways, so I don't really have time for the projects. So I tried to do as many as I could, or at least get the ball going with some of them. So we're going to talk about some of those projects. Something that was on a short that I posted for everybody to see. My hair is wiggity whack today. Yeah, it is what it is. I have a project that I made. Actually, my son is going to be 9. So I made it 8 years ago. I believe 8 or 7 years ago. She's still in good condition. I take care of my wreaths and stuff. And we are rocking a vintage Batman shirt today. Couple of different things with me as well. Got some modifications going on, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. I have a little bit of lo-fi playing in the background. If it's too loud, I apologize. If it's too low, I guess great, right? I'm going to pause this for 1 second and grab some of these items to bring over closer to me. Okay. So I also do have some bags. I probably shown earlier this year, after all my surgeries, and I was starting to show more and more things. I don't mind bringing them up again just in case anybody's like, oh, that's pretty, whatever. Anywho, so the first project I started earlier, I believe this year, was a hat. Not this one in particular. This is the sockhead hat by Kelly McClure. So this one's a lot bigger. She's had some love. She's a lot more stretchier. I did show that I was working on one. Those eggs. The name of the yarn is those eggs. I can't remember. Sock Obsessions. I used a 2.5 millimeter 16-inch circular. Yeah. My chow goose. So she did. I'm pretty sure once I wash it, she'll be as loose as the other one. As you can see, it was color pooling badly. So there was a point where the colors were just yellow and pink in one shot here. It was so bad. So I had to take a lot of the string, pull it to have it restart. And as you can see, the blue was starting to pull. So I tried to pull as much as I could so it didn't have like just yellow on one side, blue on another side. That would have just been really sucky. So, but again, this is the Sockhead hat by Kelly McClure. I'm not sure if it's a free pattern on Ravelry. My crowning is okay. So technically I was supposed to put another 2 more inches. Again, I got super exhausted. I've been working on this hat for 8-9 months. Sweater weather is coming in. I have a couple of cardigans that I did finish earlier this year that I can finally pull out and wear. I'll probably show one off whenever I have time to make another video since I'm back to work. Anyways, so I got a little tired of doing the hat. I wanted to be able to switch off on my hats. Even during the summertime, my hair is just wicked wild. I throw one of these on, go to the Dollar Tree, get what I need, come back home. So, but yeah. And I made it a size large. Not that my head is large. I have an apple head. I have a lot of hair on I guess, good days, bad days. I think it's a good thing or a bad thing. Don't know. So, as you can see, yeah, she's too stiff. A lot more bounce. I'm sure once I wear it and she gets a lot more stretched out, she'll be a lot more better. So that is the only finished project that I actually gotten done. Now, another project that I did show, I believe, well, how do I put it? Okay, so, oh dear, I forgot his name. Well, I didn't forget his name. His name is Jude. If I can remember his name, I'll try to put it in the description. If I remember again, I'm not good with a lot of, the technical stuff. His name was Jude. And he had a pattern on Ravelry called the Linus scarf. Now, if you can't find it under Jude, the original creator, when his pronouns were she, was Amy Florence. But pronouns now are him, so it's Jude. He has a pattern called the Linus scarf. I followed the numbers. I didn't follow the exact pattern where he has it like gray, then a color, gray, then a color blocks. I just wanted the count of it to do this. And as I said, I've shown this before, but you can see since I last shown it, I think it was like 2 or 3 videos ago, to be honest with you. I had the stitch marker here. I'm pretty sure the stitch marker was a little bit further down here. I was working on it over the weekend and I was like, oh, let me move this up. And then I realized, shit, don't do that. We want to show the progress. So I'm going to say roughly about here where you can see where my needle was. I should really show you guys where my needle was because that's where it was being held. So I'm sure from here all the way up to here, that's how much work I've gotten done in 2 weeks. So she's almost about done. I would have, now I like my scarves nice and long. I would have liked it if it was longer, but then again, this is yarn you can't really find. This is Red Heart. It's a wrap. I think when I bought this 2 or 3 years ago, this sucker cost me, I want to say like $23. Sadly, I paid the $23, but I love blue. I love teal. Anything bluish, teal, sometimes light blue, but I'm more of the dark blue, regular blue, navy blue, and teal. So I'm almost done with this. And this is, again, a project that I work on when I don't want to do anything heavy. I want to do something mindless. Yes, I do watch junk TV sometimes. Not that I like it, but I do watch it sometimes. It helps pass the time until I'm either jumping on Disney or I'm waiting on a good movie to come out. So mostly it's been news. Here in Conyers, we had a chem lab explosion, fire, whatever, and we've actually been in shelter in place for almost, I want to say, a week now. Yeah, I think about a week now. We've been sheltered in place. The chemicals are not as bad, but it is affecting some people who do already have, health issues. We go outside, it just reeks of chlorine out there. So we kind of all been, I guess you can say, quarantine in a sense, at home. If you're going to go out there, wear a mask, get in, get what you need, get back home. So for the past week and a half, almost 2 weeks, since I haven't been able to go driving, and this is usually my driving project, I said, forget about it. Let's go ahead and just work on it, and just something mindless. Mostly working on this, watching Agatha all along, and watching The Penguin, which episode 3 is on tonight. So fortunately, I cannot watch it. I need to be in bed by 8 o'clock so I can be up at 5 to get ready for work tomorrow. So, but yeah, so she should be done hopefully in another week or two. I'm hoping, if I find time. So again, this project, I just used a count. It's called The Linus by Jude Harper. There we go. Jude Harper. If you can find it, it's Jude Harper. If you cannot find it, his name before was Amy Florence. And now I have commercials. Switch. If it'll let me skip through. Yay. So, anyways, and that's Red Heart, It's a Wrap. Okay. Living in a Walmart bag. I got a couple of these. I have about 6-7 of these a couple years ago for like $5 and whatnot. They're waterproof in the inside. So when I take my projects out, God forbid it's raining, my project stays safe. So that's that one. So the hat, this one. Now, I did start a blanket. When do I not start a pinwheel? I got bored. I need to start buying Tupperwares, and I need to start buying vac bags so I can start putting my projects when I'm done, suck the air out of it, pop it in a Tupperware. I mean, if I showed you my corner here, this is all me. Oh, dear God. We'll have to do a tour one day. There's my desk with all my bags and all of my stuff up top, projects, working desk, my yarn winders. Gosh, I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm forgetting my words, so that's bad. I'm sorry. I don't remember what it's called. The thing that you put your yarn swift. My yarn swift. I got about 4 or 5 bags full of blankets, more blankets, and more blankets. I'm trying to remember. They're all blankets. Then over here on this side, I have scarves, shawls, the stuffing that goes inside, and my Centro. Over here on this side, not back here, that's on this here. Over here on this side, I have all of my sewing machine, sewing bags, all my fabric, and then in my room is the yarn wall. So, anywho, I got bored. I got bored and was like, yeah, I mean, I finished the sweater. I did finish the tinsel white blanket. I have not touched hot chocolate or snowy days with hot chocolate. Haven't touched it. I was watching somebody working on a granny square, and the way she did her corner, I was like, holy shit. I think I'm going to pull the red, the white, and the gray off, so that way I can put 5 double crochets in the corner to give it more of a flair, opposed to it doing this wonky. I don't know why she's doing something wonky. So anywho, she's on the back burner. So I decided, okay, well, let's go play with some yarn. Let's go play with what we got in the yarn wall. This yarn here, I have quite so many. And I probably showed a blanket earlier too that I made with this color, and I think it was gray for my daughter. This is I don't remember the name of the colorway, but this is a Mainstays yarn. I've had it for quite some time. My daughter's going to be 10 in December, so I've had it for about 8 or 9 years. So I wanted to make a sweater originally, but because I was still learning how to crochet and knitting, I had kind of put in the back burner. After I made my very first knitting blanket, I was like, never again. We're not doing this. Thank you. So I put it on the back burner, and then when I pulled it out, I was like, you know what? Time to make something with it. The only way you're going to get new yarn is if you start freeing up some of the old stuff you got. This one, I showed the soft sage. I made Zach, the Candy Monster. It's by Karen, 1 pound. And of course, I started another pinwheel. So that's my new pinwheel. Yay. Same thing. I didn't do the 1 by 1. Usually I'll do 1 so that way it comes up 1, 1, 1, 1. It gives it more of a pinwheel effect. I don't like to do that. There's just something about just having the plain in the middle here that just makes it more poppy. So that's something else I'm working on. Again, the pinwheels work a little bit faster, so I don't mind that these take time. Especially when I'm like having my melatonin tea at night before I go to bed. This I can just bang out like maybe 6-7 rows. Kind of help me fall asleep as well. So I'm kind of putting everything on the floor so that way they can go back to their respective corners. Alright. So I'm going to grab something real quick because I'm going to show what I want to make next. Okay, we're back up. So I do have more projects to show, like I said, but I want to show this because I do sew some bags and stuff like that. I am not the best at sewing. Sewing was something I took back in 3rd grade. We had home economics, where they actually still did, teach us, life lessons back in elementary school, especially in New York City. I don't know about everywhere else. So with that being said, I took an interest in sewing in 3rd grade, and when I had my Barbies and things like that, my mom would buy, either a little bit of fabric, or she'd buy some raggedy ass, like, kind of shirts that had print, let us cut it up, and I'd make little pillows and blankets. So as I got older, I kind of just fell off of the sewing, maybe hand sewing, something with a hole or a shirt, whatever. Never had a sewing machine. Up until my daughter's 20, so it was her 2nd birthday, my sister-in-law and I decided to get a sewing machine. And for Desi's birthday, we were going to do Cinderella. We bought this beautiful satin blue fabric, and we bought white or pink lace. We ordered 50 plastic glass slippers, and her and I had to sew the pillows. Oh, what a memory. What good times. So, Danielle, if you see this, I miss those days trying to sew things. Anywho, so her and I were sitting there trying to get these little tiny pillows cut, sewn, stuffed, edged, hot glue lace, hot glue the shoe without the glue even. And I know you could have used fabric glue, but stuff like that, it doesn't, after a while they just pop off. We had to make sure that we didn't ruin the satin. So anyways, I think that was the last time I touched a sewing machine, was 18 years ago. About 2020, when the whole, whatever happened, which was weird. I had gotten out of work that day and have a little paycheck, whatever. And I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go run to Walmart, pick up some food. Dad says that, we really need to start stocking up on some stuff. Something is going around. People are getting sick, whatever. I go and let me just go look at the sewing machines, eh? This particular machine was like $1.60. She was on sale for $79. I'm like, what's wrong with it? Checking the box, making sure that there's no retape on it. Maybe somebody returned it. Is it broken? Is it missing something? No. Box was in good condition. Great. Got home about a day or two later. They put us on lockdown. At that point, I was like, sweet, I can go ahead and make some masks. Oddly enough, I was collecting fabric. I have a butt ton of it. Again, I'll probably have to do my kids are playing their VR. I have a butt ton of fabric. I don't know why I'm collecting it. Maybe just a hand sew at the time. And I was also patching up the kids' clothes. They had holes, so I just kind of patched up by hand. And I'll have to do a tour with all of that as well. So, sewing machine came in handy, and I got bored of the masks when everything started lifting up and we don't really need the mask again. I got this whole machine here. She's not the best at sewing jeans and stuff. I know I need a heavy duty machine. I bought heavy duty needles, but they don't do jack shit. So anyways, so now I want to start making things different. I want to start making project bags. So one of my first project bags was this tiny little one. And I can't remember the pattern. The woman I followed. You see, my boxy is not the best. Well, actually, this one looks good. The boxy part looks great. I can't say so much for like the top. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, it looks good. So I got, no, you see the whole white out here? That's not good. She was my first. Get inside. And she's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. But the stitching in the inside for the, this one, I don't know where the stitching went for this one. It's somewhere in there, but yeah. But, this is not an actual project bag. These tiny ones I use for like, my stitch markers, a couple pens, a notepad, depending on and scissors and stuff, depending on the project that I'm working on. That way, if I go out, I don't have to have separate bags. Now, I started buying these as well. They're like 5 for like $10. I have a hairbrush in that one. So I bought a couple of these in the beauty section of Walmart. Like I said, they're I think 4 or 5 in a pack. So I do have these. But before I found these, my goal was to sew a butt ton of these and just carry them. This one here can hold a pair of knitting socks or a knitting hat. So she's actually became just for the smaller knit projects. Scarf, hat, definitely socks. And then I just transfer everything to these bags. Every single one of these bags have, not this one. This one's for my central, but all my other ones, I have about like 10 of them. They all have a small 3.5 hook in them. Just in case I'm knitting and I drop yarn, I have it in there. This don't belong in there. Again, I just keep everything close by to me since I always work from the couch here. They all have a pen, pencil. They all have one of these measuring tapes and quite a few stitch markers. So this one here, this one does have the scissors. You see, pair of scissors belonging there. So each one has a pair of scissors. I bought these. These were like 10 for $6 over on Amazon. These little ones. They're not the best, but But yeah. So anyways, rambling off the mouth, right? So that bag here was meant to be small. So anyways, when I went to Walmart yesterday, I fucking found this. It is super dope, super cute. I do have some zippers, but I prefer to have a green zipper, which I completely forgot to get a green zipper yesterday. Well, I guess it just means more stopping at Walmart tomorrow after work. So I'm going to take this. It's just enough to cover here. And as a matter of fact, I think I should get a green. No, I think what'll best be is blue in the inside, because I do line my bags with another fabric. So I think we're gonna get a green zipper, and I'm gonna get the blue for the inside of the bag, since the outside of the bag is white. But again, this is a project that I'm not going to work on anytime soon. It's nice to have. It'll just go with the other that I have over there. So that's why I'm showing this. Again, we're rambling off. We're 26 minutes in. And why are we showing all of this, Tina? I thought we had projects that were not finished. Oh, it's one of those mornings. So, reason being is because the bags that I make. I make bags. Bottom, okay, I think, yeah. Just got the bottom. I don't do the matchy-matchy. I don't do the matchy-matchy. I ain't got the patience for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got kids. I got work. I got cats. I just got a lot going on. So I don't do the matchy-matchy. But I made this bag. You can see she's a little wonky up top. There you go. And the inside, I did line it with some orange. Now, this project I did start earlier this year. Sure. Just lovely. Just lovely. Okay, so I only have one panel going. I don't know what is going on because I haven't touched this in God knows how long. So this yarn is from Hobie. It's called We Love This Yarn. I did use, I had about 6, 7, 8 balls of this. I know some of it went to my cardigan, my duster cardigan that I have. I'll probably be wearing that in the next week or two. It's half gray and half this purple. I don't remember where I used the rest of this purple. Sadly, my stomach's growling. It's lunchtime. I don't remember where the rest of this color went to, what I used it for. My brain really hasn't been keeping up with a lot of stuff. So, forgive me. But, yeah. So, I started working on a cardigan for my almost 10-year-old. I might have shown it. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is right. Yeah, I think this is better. So I started working on it, but because my daughter's 10, she's tall. I'm 5'5". That kid is probably up to here to me. And she's going to be 10. She's really tall. So I had to stop working on it so that way I can better fit it on her and see how much more I can go. So I figured I stopped this panel, start a new one, get them enough to where I can just pin them up top here and then see how long it hangs on her. So, but yeah, again, this yarn is We Love This Yarn by Hobie. So, and it's a granny cardigan for my 10-year-old. Hexagon, see? Oh dear. Like, what is all this writing here? I play Skyrim. So these were these are words that I hadn't learned yet. So I was on a mission to find them, dear Lord, Tina. Yeah. But anyways, I write everything down. Elena Hexagon 6.5 millimeter hook I was using for this. So, but that one probably won't get love for like another couple weeks, maybe a week or two. Yeah. So So again, made that bag. We're almost done here. I'm gonna wrap it up, so because it's almost lunchtime. This one here, I did show in a short. I made this one myself as well. I realized I was making small bags and no good. As you can see, I just kind of wanted a bag to put my projects in. So I started capping it off like nice and do the inside. But then I was like, I'm too tired to do this. As you can see, all the stitching is outside. That side is white. Stitching on this side is black. I did, however, line her with yellow. And I got some yarn in here along with my hook, but I'm not using the hook right now. And see, another one of those bags with scissors. Probably the wrong bag to be in here, but I'm working off the couch, so doesn't matter. So it's another bag that I made. Now I'm working on a sweater. So I shown the green one. I was working on, give me a second. Okay. So the green sweater that I have over there, I already finished it, is the Father Pullover by Red Heart Now Yarn Inspirations. I believe I showed it was all crocheted, and I had knitted the turtleneck part of it. With that being said, I didn't add any cuffs to it. I think it's just fine. But I didn't like how when I sewn it here, it was so baggy, so Oogie Boogie vibes. I didn't. So I decided to make another one. And I made another one with using Lion Brand's Pound of Love. And sadly, I had three skeins. Skeins, not skeins. Had three skeins. Excuse me. 3 skeins of this Lion brand. It's called Antique White. 2 of them were the same dye lot. The third one wasn't. This one is the knot. So I didn't care. You can tell. Yeah, there you go. With my window being open, you can tell. Do you see it? So this is more of a cream. This is more of a white, which is fine. I have enough of this white here for the sleeves. And then if I decide to put a border at the bottom, I can. Or ribbing of that sort. It'll be in this white. Again, I don't really care. It's for me. I think they're pretty. I wanted to stop here. I thought, okay, what if I did a short turtleneck? No. I need gawky. I need big, gawky, fluffy. So we're going to make this a little bigger. So just like the green one, it folds. So what I was saying was I did this a lot different. There's no sewing here. See that? There you go. So what had happened was I did my count. If I'm making a panel of 75 and 75, just add it. That's 150. And I added 2 extra stitches on each side. So making it 77 and 77. So altogether, whatever the count is, I just made a long ass chain, put it together. 1 second. Okay. So anyways, did the count, decided just make it one circle. Just keep going round, 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 round. I don't have the patience to be sitting here and doing panels. It takes longer, or at least for me it does take longer. As I said, I'm busy with work, kids, husband, cats, you name it. Busy, just busy. Anywho, so yes, it's got this weird looking there's no sewing here, there's no definition, but that's okay. It's, again, my sweater. It's for me to wear. So the only thing I had to really sew was just the tops here. So when I got to do the portion here in the middle, okay, my portions here, I kept my stitch markers though, from where each side would start from underneath the pit in the front and the pit in the back. And here I just kind of, I think, slip stitch until I got here, and then just went back and forth, back and forth. Same with the back. Did the same thing. Had to pick up the yarn somewhere around here, slip stitch, pick up the yarn, da 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 da. So she is a little off, as you can see. Some of it doesn't seem to be lining up. It's okay, don't care. So make sure y'all can see it. That's the back. And yeah, you can see my my rows going up. It's the back, don't care. It is what it is. And I did change the pattern up a little bit. So I went in with half double crochet, crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, crochet. This worked up a hell of a lot faster for me to do it that way. And right now I am working on knitting. So this is all crochet, but there's just something about my cuffs, my ribbing, it has to be knitting. It looks cleaner, it looks prettier, it's a lot more lacy, and it falls prettier for me. As I said, I could stop here and make it a short turtleneck part. So, but again, I like gawky, so I'll probably be working on this for the rest of the day. I'm doing a 3x2 rib, 3 knit, 2 purl. So, and that is it for what I am working on as far as projects go. So that's today's project I'll be working on most of the day. Probably, hopefully, during the week if I find time, or next weekend, or whatever days I have off, I'll be working on the sleeves next. So now the final project, as I said, that I've made 7-8 years ago, I figure I'd bring her inside the house and kind of show everybody, and then kind of explain a little bit more about her. Yay! So I think we're going to make this my thumbnail. Or which side? I'm being nerdy again, so there you go. There goes my thumbnail. Anywho. So my little Jack. I don't know. I don't feel like I took a decent enough thumbnail. There we go. Got it. So, this bad boy. Oh, is he fun to make. So, to tell you about this, she's all stitched up in the back. This is a pull noodle. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the orange in there. It's a pull noodle. So, at the time, I wasn't really all that great again with the crafting. I was still learning. But I knew I wanted something that I can keep, put on my door. This is from years ago, so we're going to tuck that back in. But I was still learning, and I'm not good with all the metal wires that a lot of the people were doing, making all these wreaths. For me, I was even taking hangers and making my Christmas wreaths. And if you go onto my Facebook, Tina's Knitting Needle, and go into my albums, you'll see all my beautiful wreaths. A lot of them gotten destroyed over the years, so I don't have any more, sadly. It is what it is. But anyways, when I was making those, I was using wired hangers and shaping them into a kind of circle, and putting in 4 double crochet, 4 double crochet, 4 double crochet, 3, 2, and 1 to give it this beautiful poofy poof. So what do I do for Halloween? I, at the time, was like, I'm too tired to do these big poofy things. I just wanted something simple. So when it came to this baby, I measured around. I didn't really measure. I chained around. I made a flat panel, though. I chained around and figured, okay, give it an extra 1 or 2 stitches because, again, this is a pool noodle. And then I started counting. So I think I did, these are single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of each color. Yep. And I just made this beautiful long panel, back and forth, back and forth. I can tell, I think a couple of them were off. I think I started getting tired at the time, or I think down here, you see how these are a little thicker than some of the other ones. But anyways, so I made this beautiful long panel and took the pool noodle, cut it in half, and I used duct tape to keep her in place. Now these are really hard to maintain their shape. As you can see, she's got a little bit of ovaling going that way. It's okay. It is what it is, as long as you can still see what the hell it is. So once I got this on, once I got the tape and she was in shape, it was hard to get this on there because I had to really stitch her up really close. I mean, really stitch it. Then once I knew that this was the front, obviously, what are we going to do? It was giving Beetlejuice vibes at first, but I wanted something Jack Skellington. Yeah, you see how she's all crooked here? I wanted Jack Skellington. So I looked for a pattern, made a tiny little bow. I stitched up his face the best I could. And then I bought some felt and just kind of smacked some glue on there. Stuck them on. Okay, well, you know, we got to do other things. I had these for the kids as Halloween bags and stuff like that. So I crocheted some flowers and I added some glitter glue to it, make it pop. I had some ring spiders, popped the rings off, stuck them on there, and that was it. So now when he sits outside, another reason why is because I have this flower here, my hook has to sit here. So as long as I get him real close to the flower, he sits fine outside, but you can see where that oval is coming from, where my hand is sitting. So Jack has been with us for about 7, 8 years now. When I'm done with him, he only comes out for literally from October 1st to November 1st in the morning. I swap out. I've never made a pumpkin themed or fall themed, Thanksgiving themed, whatever you want to call it, wreath. So again, I don't have the time now. I'll probably just end up going to Dollar Tree, picking up something with pumpkins and just slapping it on my door. As far as my trying to think, for Christmas, I don't think I have any more wreaths. So I don't know. We'll see what happens this year. But yeah, he'll go back in his little black bag and get stored into the closet. So this was one of my favorite ones that I did make. So yep. And that's it for all the crafting stuff. So now I do want to talk about a couple little things, because I do notice that some people will stop by and, you know, just kind of say hello and blah, 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 whatever. I have been modifying certain things, and I kind of figure I just show people, because in case I'm talking one day and you kind of just see like a glimmer of light through my ear. So it's something I've always wanted to do when I was younger. I think I talked about it before, and I just never really did. I know my gauging process has been quite fast, but my skin, my ears, everything's been healing perfectly fine. I mean, I baby the shit out of my stuff, so I don't know. I have been gauging my ears now for quite some months. Can you see that? So I am at a 9mm here, and I am here, I want to say 6. I know it is a diamond, but it is kind of big. So I've been recently doing my body modification, and I want to go get some more piercing. There you go. I want to get some more piercing soon. So, to kind of show you where my little ones are at. So my little ones are, like I said, they're a 6 gauge, 4mm. I kind of tried, now those ones I actually haven't touched these little ones, and I want to say 3 or 4 months. I was like, yeah, we're going to stop there, we're good. Only because, again, my father pierced my ears all wiggity whack when I was a kid, so you can see my ears are off. They're off, and I got a gap in between that one. Don't know, don't care. So the small ones are actually this size. Very tiny. Let's see, yeah, there you go. Very tiny. Just these have diamonds on the end. So, I recently got some 4 gauge, 6 gauge. I don't know. The numbers go back. I don't know how. So I got bigger, 5 millimeters. So I'm at a 4 right now. I'm trying to go to 5. There you go. I tried to get them in. Oh, hell, it was not happening for me. I even have, excuse me, I do have in between sizes. It ain't happening. So I was like, so they're extremely sore. I've had to baby them all week with my saline solution, salt, a lot of jojoba oil, kind of massaging them. So the small ones are kind of, they're little, you know, sore. They're very angry, shall I say. They're more angry. And as I said, these are in-betweens, 9 millimeter. My goal is what you actually get in the kits. So I show my taper. So there's my taper. Kind of chonkers. And it's so weird because look at the difference in sizes. And this is still an in-between. It's an in-between. So there's the 0, 00. I'm in between. So there's 8 millimeter, 9 millimeter, 10 millimeter. And it still looks like it's a whole chunker size to go. So I got one more size to go. Which it's weird because the tunnel doesn't look it. The tunnel looks exactly what I have right now in my ear, to be honest with you. I wouldn't put, never mind. So I got one more to go. One more to go. Yep. There you go. So, and these here, I think I am going to stop at the 5 millimeter. I just wanted a gawkier diamond. So, and yep. So I've been doing a little bit of body modification as well. I'm hoping, and I had a dice here about 3 months ago as well. She just was always angry all the time. Didn't want to heal properly. I can just do this. I'm brushing my hair. I did not even, I could just, you know, kind of just push my hair back. And the inside was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. So this one here has been 3 years old. I've had her this January make 4 years. I was pierced with a 16 gauge. And I want to say earlier this year, I took a 14 gauge. It's cartilage. It'll be fine. Oh, God. It was a bitch. It was a bitch to get in. But I wasn't going to waste. I got the wrong pack of rings. And I was like, yeah, so it is what it is. And I got her through. So she's actually a lot bigger. The sizing, the gauge is bigger. And when I get my headaches, I start to feel migraines. I kind of just get my hand in there, kind of twist her around, play with her. My ears are constantly clean. I clean my ears like 3 times a damn day. So I don't get no bumps, no infections, no irritation stuff. I keep up with all of my piercings and things like that. All of my piercings. So I keep up with all of them. And yeah, she doesn't bother me. But this one here, this sucker was like, no. So I think sometime this year when I take my daughter to go get her second holes, we're going to go to a piercing shop. We're not doing none of those piercing guns. I think I'm just going to get a couple of cartilages, and I think I want to get my conch done. Not a conch punch, but that's about it. Definitely more tattoos later on in the future and things like that. I want to get my kids' names and stuff. So I'll probably have to remove this off tomorrow because when I went for my interview, this one wasn't shown. I always pull out the butterfly. I never leave the butterfly in there. I wait about a week or two where they can see the hole is there. It's there. And then pop in the butterfly. If they say anything, it's okay. I've had her for 18, no. Yes. I got this when I was pierced at 20 years old. So I've had her for 20 years. Tongue, way longer. Belly button, way longer. And my first tattoo at 20. So, yes, my tattoo and my lip ring are 20 years old. She doesn't close. She'll never close. I mean, so it's okay. And trying to think. I did, belly's growling. I have to get off and have lunch. I did make some earrings. I do want to show those in my next video because I do do some DIY crafting on the side as well, besides making like stitch markers and clay and things like that. So, I do want to show some of my earrings. A lot of it is Marvel theme. I got some Groot in there, Wanda, I believe Bucky. I got bags flying on my property. I gotta go out there and clean that up. But I did make some earrings, so that's probably gonna be on my next video, podcast, whatever you want to call it, crochet cast. I'll show that next time. But anyways, it's time for lunch. I need to go. I've been babbing at the mouth way too long. So, any hoot. I hope everybody enjoyed what I had shown today. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, any of the yarn that I used, any of the hooks that I used, please feel free to leave me a comment below. Please follow me on my social media handles. All of my social media handles are Tina's Knitting Needle, except for Instagram, which I barely use. I shouldn't even promote Instagram anymore, because again, it's not something I use very often. But my Facebook mainly is where I post all my pictures and I put everything into albums. TikTok is kind of just, I guess the latest trend. Everybody's using TikTok, and it's kind of cool because it does bring a lot of my audience back over to here to watch my videos. So between TikTok, Facebook, and obviously YouTube, Tina's Knitting Needle. Thank you everybody for stopping by, and I hope I will see y'all maybe in 2 weeks and have some of these projects done. Alrighty, y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thank you.